Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of Intuitive Angling from here in Las Vegas this week. Much appreciated you guys checking today's video out. And today we're going to talk some more about Lake Mead. If you guys saw the video I put up this morning, I was down at the lake yesterday and I was showing everybody the low water levels. It's the lowest it's ever been since it was formed back in the 1930s. And I wanted to dig a little bit deeper into that as far as what the challenges that not only Lake Mead has, but all of the southwest and western part of the country, Lake Powell, Shasta, like Lake Shasta, the Great Salt Lakes, all the lakes in this part of the country. This part of the country is in a record drought that's been going on for 20 years, and it's the worst drought in 1,500 years. So I sort of wanted to talk a little bit about that, and thought it was a topic worthwhile to have because, guys, I love fishing in the West. I mean, I live in Missouri, but if it was up to me, I wish every tournament we had was out west. I love fishing desert lakes. There's just something about it. Just the energy of desert lakes is unlike any other place in the country. And I love Lake Mead. Lake Mead is my favorite lake in the country, and it's just so heartbreaking to see what's going on with it. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that, about the causes of it, what's going on here, in not my opinion, but in some of the expert analysis of it. There's really two factors involved with what's going on in this part of the country here, and we're going to get into both of them a little bit. The first one is simply the fact that, we talk a lot about man living in balance with the planet, and to put it quite simply, that man has not lived in balance with the desert, because the desert is not designed. It's not designed to support this many people. It's simply not. You don't have the resources, you don't have the water available, and what has happened is man has basically continued to populate and build up the western part of the country, the desert southwest, to the point we're seeing the results of it now. And one of the biggest, impacts that you see about this is water usage from human activity. I mean, all these people that have lawns are watering constantly in Arizona and California and Nevada, that takes a toll when you have a tremendous amount of water usage, a tremendous amount of heat, and add on top of that record drought. I mean, it leads to catastrophic events that we're starting to see right now. And I want to go, what I want to do here, guys, is I want to read to you guys statements of two different agencies that are really in the middle of this fight that we're talking here, and to sort of give you an overview of it, not from my personal opinion, but from some experts here, because I know one of the things about the channel here is there's a small percentage of the people that watch my channel that if I mention the word climate change, they say, I'm done with you, Randy, I'm unsubscribing. For whatever reason, it's like I'm insulting their mom or their wife if I mention the word climate change. So I'm gonna read some stuff, guys, here that's not coming from me. It's coming from a couple different agencies here to sort of give you a feel of this. Now, the first one is straight off the Department of Defense website, the Pentagon, our United States military. On the website for the Department of Defense, the Pentagon's position on this is the planet's changing climate has a significant effect on the Defense Department's missions and plans that we execute. The Department of Defense and the Pentagon is elevating climate change as a national security priority, integrating climate considerations into our policies, strategies, and engagements. Guys, this is the Department of Defense, the Pentagon, saying this. They don't put up with BS. They don't put up with propaganda. These guys are serious people, and for them to make a statement like that on their website, I think that deserves to be taken seriously. And as far as on a more local level, let's talk about the Southern Nevada water supply, the statement that they issued. They're basically saying that the entire desert southwest, this part of the country, is in an anthropogenic drought, which I'm not sure, I've never heard of that one. But anyway, created by a combination of factors, including natural water viability, amount of rainfall, climate change, and human activity, which we talked about as far as like people watering their lawns and that type of stuff. And in their opinion, it says the climate change models project the magnitude of change will depend upon the global mitigation efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Guys, this isn't coming from me. This isn't my opinion here. This is coming from two agencies that know what's going on here. So when we're talking about the challenges that lakes like Lake Mead has, and Lake Powell, and Lake Shasta, Great Salt Lake, all this type of stuff, you can't separate the two. It's like you can't say, well, oh, the climate's always changing, or they're just in a little drought here and we're going to get some more rain, or, you know, it's just, you know, just trying to minimize the effects of it here. So it sort of is what it is. And like I said, if the Department of Defense feels like it needs to put it on their website, you know, that's pretty much good enough for me on that. But the point is like, what do we do with this as far as, you know, protecting our lakes and protecting water supplies out west? Guys, in my opinion, I don't think there's anything we can do about it. I think that we have crossed the point where it's simply too late. I don't think that, I think there's such a blowback from some of the very powerful vocal minority that basically eliminates any type of policy changes that will affect one level of it. And then on another level, I don't think that people are willing to give up their green lawns and their swimming pools and their golf courses in this part of the country. I just simply don't think people are willing to do that. And it sort of reminds me a little bit of the, if you guys have seen the movie Jaws, you guys have seen this scene if you know what I'm talking about here. But if you haven't seen it, in the movie Jaws, it's about this giant great white shark that's terrorizing off the coast of New England. And what happens is the city has hired a scientist to come and study and kill the shark. So anyway, the scientist is his name's Hooper. He's trying to convince the local politicians, which is the mayor in this case, that he's saying, he goes, look, you know, we have a shark problem here. I said, this shark is going to continue feeding on people here as long as there's a food source, and until you shut the beaches down and do something about it, you know, you're going to continue to have this problem. And the mayor, being a politician, denies this. He said, no, we don't have a shark problem. This is not a problem here. These beaches are going to stay open. This is going to be a great 4th of July. And then Hooper gets mad at the politician and says, you know, you're not going to acknowledge this problem until it comes up and bites you on the ass. That's sort of the position that we're in with the Desert Southwest as far as in this position here. There's a lot of pushback and denial from the reality of the situation. And at the same time, you know, just a lot of ignoring, you know, some of the experts when they try to come up with this. So I'm not real optimistic of what we're going to be seeing here like that. Lake Mead right now, it's 150, 160 feet low. You know how much, it's at 30% of capacity. Do you know how much water it would take to get Lake Mead back to normal levels after being in this drought for 20 years? I think it's going to be a real problem. And I think if Lake Mead drops another, I can't remember if it was 30 or 50 feet, they're unable to generate power or pump water through the dam. So basically at that point, the entire Hoover Dam becomes, you know, worthless. And then millions and millions and millions of people are directly affected by that, of what's going on at Lake Powell and Lake Mead. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to bring that up a little bit. Like I said, don't, all you guys that get real sensitive about that, I'm just reading you guys what off the governmental agencies said about it. So I'll be curious to get some opinions on that, what everybody's thinking about it. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll talk to you later.